Alright, it's time to get to work on another Power Rangers Dino Charge episode review. This one should be a fun one. It's a clone episode. You know, I might have to work a little harder since I gave Kaizoku the Easter holiday off to get a coat shining. But he's earned it, that guy. Alright, it's time to get to work on another Power Rangers Dino Charge episode review. This should be a good one. It's a clone. You're a fake! I'm not the fake, you're the fake. No way. I'm the real deal. You're the imposter. How am I the fake? Look at this. Totally real. Well, this is tough. But I guess since Kaizoku's off getting his coat cleaned, our best bet is to do the review together. Hello, and welcome to another Power Rangers Dino Charge episode review. I'm your host, Sean Fowler. Don't you mean I'm your host, Sean Fowler? Listen, for right now, both of us are Sean Fowler. So we just need to get through this, okay? Fine, whatever. So, funny enough, since there is suddenly two of me, we have two pieces of news that we want to get into before we dive into the episode review. I'll go ahead and take the first one. Hey, since I'm the one already talking, we came to find out leading into this episode that Double Ranger, Double Danger is the mid-season finale of Power Rangers Dino Charge. We know that better as the start of the dreaded summer hiatus. There will be no new episodes of Dino Charge until August at the earliest. For a show like Super Mega Force, that wasn't such a bad thing. For a show like Dino Charge, immeasurably better, it is a travesty. This is a Nickelodeon thing, as they air most of their shows in this fashion. For the life of me, I still do not understand it. I cannot possibly figure out what purpose it serves. But we don't really have a choice in the matter. But fear not, Ranger Faithful, because Orange Ranger Videos is here to fill the gap. I don't have a definitive hiatus schedule in place just yet, but you can rest assured that there'll be top 10 videos, comparison videos, overview videos, and just other interesting videos to fill in the hiatus gap. Okay, my turn now. You guys might remember that a couple of weeks ago I mentioned that I was thinking about resuming my video game news show, Almost Gaming. Well, I have indeed done so. You mean, I have indeed done so. I thought you said we weren't going to argue about that, right? Anyway, I would love for you guys to check it out and let me know what you think. You can click the TV right here and it'll take you directly to the video. Don't worry, it'll open in a new window. Or if you want to wait until the end of the review, that's fine too. It'll be on the end slate right at the end. Alright, we have a review to get to. Let's review the 8th episode of Power Rangers Dino Charge. Double Ranger, Double Danger. We start with what I think is a new shot of Sledge's ship. He's suddenly feeling all lovey-dovey over Poisandra when Fury interrupts. He has a plan to steal the E-Tracer, the Ranger's new Energem tracking device. But Poisandra is ready to prove herself, and Sledge decides to give her a shot. My first mission, she declares. Wait, didn't she go on the mission to sting the Ankylozord? Good point. A plan to steal the E-Tracer? Better take it outside. The Rangers are out in the woods using the E-Tracer to look for the Gold Energem and the Terrazord. We see Tyler writing in his journal and we get a couple of really good character building moments for him. First of all, we find out that he still really misses his dad, and having gotten to know him over these episodes, we feel that pain as well. The other is that he thinks Shelby is cute. But Koda senses trouble, and Kendall confirms that an alien attack is on the way. Tyler packs up the E-Tracer and takes it to the Jeep, while the other Rangers stay back to hold off any trouble. When the other Rangers get into the Jeep, they're already morphed. When Tyler asks why, Chase signals him to be quiet and drive. So Tyler does. However, the Jeep breaks down and Tyler finds out that wires under the hood have been cut. He then gets a call from Shelby asking why he just took off, even though she seems to be standing right next to the Jeep, morphed. That's right, it's Clone Rangers. But just in case you didn't catch that, Poisandra helpfully points out that this monster can create clones. His name is Duplicon, but I'm pretty sure that's not mentioned at any point during the episode. Funny enough, these Vivics look kind of weird. They look bigger, beefier than the standard Vivics with a smaller structure. They must have needed the big beefy Vivics to pull off Ranger clones. Tyler tells Duplicon that he's dealing with a real Ranger now, so of course he doesn't bother to morph, gets blasted about 100 yards back and knocked out, and the bad guys take the E-Tracer. I really like the leadership dynamics in the next scene. Shelby takes another step up, saying that the team should split up. Her and Riley looking for Tyler, while Coda and Chase head into the city to deal with the bad guys. But since this episode needed a lesson for the kids, Keeper says that the team needs to work together. He and Kendall will continue searching for Tyler, and the 4 Rangers head into the city. Tyler wakes up, his regaining consciousness shown with this fuzzy screen. It's almost a nice touch, but the shot is of him, meaning that we're waking up too? It should have been a first-person view for them to use this trick. He suddenly remembers what's going on, runs to the top of the hill, and then it's time for the Dino Cycle Charger to rev up. It turns out that the Dino Cycle is 2 small Deinonychus Zords that chomp together to form the bike. Tyler's Instamorph gets an 8 from the Russian judge and he rushes off. Fury and Duplicon are lying in wait in the city. Fury wants to wait for the Red Ranger to show up, but Duplicon says that Poisandra's orders were to attack at once. He creates more Clone Rangers and they attack. Fury, having learned that Poisandra has the E-Tracer, is really mad about this and he slices a statue, conveniently along a seam. He decides that he needs a greater prize for Sledge and decides to capture Tyler. The fake Rangers don't even try to fool the real ones, simply rushing into battle. Well, to be fair, they are just Vivics. This is true, but they tried the fooling strategy before. However, it does make the battle itself confusing. But Chase is the hotshot and shoots each of the fake Rangers. How did he know which ones of the blue, green, and pink Rangers were the fakes? Because he slipped a flower, the ones he was playing with earlier in the episode, into each of the real Rangers' belts. Clever boy. The 4 Rangers go Dino Steel and take care of the fakes. By the way, have you guys noticed a bit of a theme with the villains that aren't Sledge? If you haven't before, you definitely should by now. Wrench tells Curio that he built his head from a seat cushion. Then Poisandra calls Wrench Tin Man and trying to get him to hurry up with the E-Tracer. And Wrench brings it home by telling her to have a heart. That's right, the henchmen have a Wizard of Oz theme going. Curio is the Scarecrow, Fury is the Lion, Wrench is the Tin Man, and Poisandra is Dorothy. Kind of? I guess? Tyler rushes back towards the battle and gets told by Kendall where the other Rangers are via this really freaking cool Iron Man-esque in-helmet HUD display. I mean, this thing is just seriously cool. However, Fury intercepts Tyler and the 2 fight. And I realized Tyler was demorphed at the beginning of the fight, but morph again, maybe? Anyway, Tyler's bracelet comes off. Fury picks it up and remembers it. Tyler realizes that Fury does remember his dad and demands to know what happened to him. Fury's not telling, but he does say that Tyler's dad was weak, which spikes Tyler's anger. However, speaking of spikes, the other Rangers are still fighting Duplicon, and they're going to need the Dino Spike to finish him off. The call distracts Tyler, and Fury gets the upper hand. But just as he's about to finish Tyler off, he suddenly stops. A gold energy begins escaping from Fury's chest, though he insists that he's still in control. Tyler wants to continue the battle, but he knows the other Rangers need him. Dino Spike, kaboom! The Rangers see that Poisandra has the E-Tracer and run off to get it from her, but Sledge protects her by growing Duplicon. Duplicon calls for a Vivizord and transforms it into a Fury clone. The Rangers are getting attacked on two sides and need a way out. Kendall calls and suggests Dino Charger number 17, the Oviraptor-powered Dino Gas Charger, which can release the toxic gases of the dinosaurs. That's right, kids. It's a charger that makes Rexy fart. It's kid humor and demanded by the Sentai footage. But it's handled pretty well. The farts back the monsters off, Shelby summons the Ankylozord, and they finish off both the Vivizord and Duplicon. The E-Tracer did detect the Terrazord, but Fury makes his move. He attacks the other monsters and steals the device. Poisandra reminds him that Sledge would have his head for that, but Fury properly points out that getting an Energem would very likely solve that problem. The Rangers realize that they cannot allow this to happen, and Tyler tells Chase to shoot the device, destroying it. However, Fury is still able to take the Terra Charger, meaning that he can control the Terrazord when it's found. However, he's not able to charge it at this point, and it may not be powerful enough to activate the Zord's battle mode. We get kind of a trite wrap-up, to be honest, as the Rangers and Keeper and Kendall shrug off their losses because they're a team. Hey, it is a good point that the infighting in Sledge's crew is a weakness for them. The real importance of this scene, though, was that the budding thing between Shelby and Tyler, Shyler, seems to be mutual. Shelby found Tyler's bracelet and returns it to him, putting it on his arm herself and giving him a cute smile. Only Coda seems confused. Chase and Riley know exactly what's going on here. Episode 8 is, appropriately for a title that uses double in its name twice, an even-numbered episode. Can it break the even-numbered curse? And we use that term loosely. And score a 5? Let's find out by digging up the fossils. Episode 8, Double Ranger, Double Danger. Pros, great story development with Tyler and Fury, hints at some great story coming down the road, way down the road. The Dino Gas Charger was kid humor done well, and the Clone Ranger stuff was fun and also done well. Cons, the entire story is balanced on a huge plot contrivance. Why did they need to take the E-Tracer outside? Poisandra has a bad habit of stating the obvious. And why in the world are we losing Dino Charge for 6 months? Consider the half-fossil system embraced, and the even-numbered curse firmly in place. Double Ranger, Double Danger gets 4.5 fossils out of 5. I know that we can come across as a bit picky sometimes, but this one might take the cake for a lot of you. This episode lost half a fossil for one thing. Yeah, I have to agree with myself. The plot is entirely balanced on a contrivance, and a rather silly one at that. Why did the Rangers need to take the E-Tracer outside? The Rangers were able to track down the Ankylozord using the device from the safe confines of the Dino Lab. No reason is given why the Rangers needed to take the E-Tracer outside. Was it bad weather? Bad reception? Solar flares? You have to give us something. As it stands right now, the only reason the Rangers took the E-Tracer outside is that the villains wouldn't be able to get to it otherwise. But otherwise, this was another strong episode full of great characters with strong motivations, great action, good humor, and just, ugh! This show is so good that I just...
Ah, so fresh and so clean. How goes the review, Sean? Whoa! 2 Seans? Scanning. Whoa! It says 34N. I can sniff out a fellow robot a mile away. This beam will disrupt him.
Fine! Who would want to be a stupid human reviewer anyway? So, our plan to replace you didn't work this time. But just you wait, human. Sooner or later. Sooner or later.
Jeez, I can't leave you alone for a second.
Well, turns out I wasn't alone.
Ha ha, very funny. But you know what the weird thing is?
What?
S34N had emotions. He was much more human. I wonder what's changed. Oh well, nothing we can do about it right now. I need to go apply an at-home top coat. You got the rest of this review?
Sure do, little buddy. So, sadly, as I mentioned, we are now headed into the dreaded hiatus. There will be no new episode of Dino Charge next week, or the next week, or the next week, or the next month, and so on. Super Mega Force went dark for 24 weeks. That is 6 total months. The funny thing is, we do have an episode summary for the next episode. So tune into Nick sometime in August or September for the next episode of Dino Charge, When Logic Fails. The Maze Monster, working with Fury, captures the Rangers until Riley's logical mind helps them break free. But the delay has allowed Fury time to head towards the Terrazord. And like I said, I haven't exactly firmed up what my schedule is going to be for the hiatus. What I am going to promise you guys is that I'm going to do a total of 18 videos over the next 24 weeks, notwithstanding when the show comes back, of course. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to do a video every week. I'm just reserving the right not to. 6 months is a long time. Please come back sooner, Dino Charge. That's going to do it for the last Dino Charge episode review of the first half season. Thanks for watching. Make sure to click the like button right down below, subscribe to the channel to see more videos and more Power Rangers content, and leave a comment down below and let me know what you thought of this episode. Also, please remember that Almost Gaming's new episode is now going to be on the end slate. It's taking the spot of Almost Food because that series isn't regularly scheduled. And finally, stay strong, Ranger fans. Dino Charge will be back. Until next week, may the power protect you.